right, what's going on, beautiful people? I hope and pray that you all are just doing phenomenally well. So, on this video, I'm about to bless some folks today. Okay, I'm going to show you how you can transform your current situation and really break into real estate investing like you would not believe. Okay, and I even have some bonus strategies that I want to share with you at the end of this. So, you're going to want to stick it all the way through to the end. Okay, now before I dive into the content, hopefully I did a good enough teaser there to kind of hype it up. But please like, subscribe, share, all those amazing things. But let's dive right into it, okay? Now, when it comes to real estate investing, specifically wholesaling, one of the biggest questions that I get, one of the biggest fears or reservations that people have when getting started is how do they find in buyers, okay? Premium in buyers, because you don't want to get a property under contract and you're not able to get it assigned, right? You're not able to find that in buyer. And so a lot of people get stuck right here in this position. In fact, if you know what I'm talking about, leave a comment below and say, I've been there, right? And I want to show you how I today in 2025 are finding premium in buyers nationwide. And then, as I mentioned a moment ago, I'm going to share with you a strategy that you can use and leverage this. Okay. Now, the platform that I am talking about that I currently use is InvestorBase. All right. That's what it's called. Now, there will be a link in the description where you can get $100 off your first month. But this platform is like 250 bucks a month, and it is insane what it can do. Now, what's the word I'm trying to say? Before I lose you, let me say a couple things. All right. Number one, yes, they are a community partner. No, I am not just on here trying to hype a product up that I do not actively use in 2025. Okay. I need you to hear me and feel me to my soul, feel me to my core. This is an incredible platform. Okay. I have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on other platforms that do not do what this platform does. And this is why I love it so much. And this is why I want to share it with you. Okay. So let's dive into it a little bit. When you first log into your platform, this is what's going to come up. And let's say, for example, we have a property here. We'll put in the address, we'll search it. And this is going to tell me all of the in buyers, active in buyers, okay, within the last year that have paid for properties, okay? These are vetted true in buyers. This is not a platform where you just post your property listing on there and sometimes you get other wholesalers, sometimes you may or may not get actual in buyers. No, these are vetted in buyers, okay? That's also skip tracing is included. And what that means is you're going to get their phone numbers, you're going to get their email address. So you'll have all of their contact information to reach out to them. And it's absolutely insane. And so if I get this property under contract here, it's going to show me that I have 97 actual true in buyers here in this area. And so once I skip trace this, let me go back here. That's all you have to do is hit that little button, and then I'm going to skip trace it. It takes a little moment when I'm on the screen share. And as I hover over it, as you can see right here, I'm pointing at the screen. Y'all can't see me pointing. But you see they have all of their phone numbers, their email address, all of that stuff right here. So literally what I would do is every property that we get, what we do is we download this list and we send them an email, okay, about the property. Once we send them an email, then we're going to take all of those phone numbers and we're going to send them a text message about an off-market property that we have in that area. Are they still buying? All right. Now, normally, I would say 85% of the time, I'm going to get some type of response via email or text messaging. In the event that we don't, then we're going to start picking up the phone and we're going to start calling some of these buyers. Okay. So this way, you can actually get that deal assigned and wholesaled to a premium end buyer that is buying in that area. This is a game changer because when I first started, imagine going and spending 2 or 3 or 4 nights a week going to all of these local real estate investment meetups, trying to filter to who's a wholesaler, who's an actual buyer, getting stacks of business cards, networking with people, putting people's phone numbers in your phone with a name that you don't even realize or don't even remember, right? There was just a lot of footwork that went into it that now you don't even have to do. Okay. This makes it so insane. It also tells me what they are paying for on these properties. Let me ask you this. Do you think that it would be nice to know what your end buyers are paying for their flips? I'll wait. Absolutely, you would, because this brings me to a little golden nugget that I want to share with you. All right. A flip side of that question is, how do people know what to set their assignment fee for, right? Let's say, for example, you have your property under contract at 140,000. Well, what do you send it out for, right? Well, that's where InvestorBase comes in. Let's say this tells me right here on average that flippers are paying $170,000 for properties out here. Okay. And sometimes this will show you what they're paying, like that's 218, that's 199. Now, if you're in a non-disclosure state like Texas, some of the information will be limited. But let's say here, let's go to Atlanta. You know, I started doing deals in Atlanta. Y'all, I didn't have to go and find buyers. I use this platform here. Um, and wow, this is pretty spot on in regards to numbers wise. But look, this tells me this buyer right here paid 150, 200, 175, 168, 200. The average person, flipper, is paying 170. The average landlord is paying 189. So if they're going to keep this for a long-term rental, I know that they're going to pay a little bit more. So in my messaging, in my verbiage, I might say, hey, incredible rental opportunity, 180,000. Now I would do this whether I have it under contract at 140,000, right? So now I'm going to get a $45,000 assignment fee. Or what if I had it under contract at 170? I'm still going to send it out at 185. Okay. Because this lets me know that's what investors are willing to pay for properties in this area. So that's going to help me determine and set my assignment fee. So there's a little bit of thinking through the things. Okay. Now, let me share something with you. If you're on this video and you're still watching this and you say, hey, Clifford, I'm not trying to do wholesaling. I'm only buying rentals. I'm only buying flips. I'm not doing any of that. Well, let me ask you this. Wouldn't it be nice to know the hot areas that other investors are buying in? Yes, it would. Wouldn't it be nice to know that you're not the only person in this area doing flips? Yes, it should. Okay. Because you do not want to be a trendsetter. I don't. We need data. If I have 89 investors buying in this area, that tells me that it's a hot area. Okay. It tells me that there's a lot of activity going on and there's a demand for this area. So that's the area I want to be in. And then also, let's say, for example, let's go back to the screen. Remember, I mentioned if you're doing a flip, the average flip is 170 that they're buying these properties at. Well, what if I had this contract at 190,000, but all of the other investors, all 57 of them, on average, are paying 170? In my mind, what I'm thinking about is, hey, this actually might not be a good deal. I could actually be getting myself into a very tight situation, right? So I might need to go back and renegotiate this deal, okay? So wouldn't it be nice to know what your other investors are paying for properties in this area? Absolutely, it would. So I'm not, again, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not just trying to hype up a platform. I'm trying to help you use your dollars as wisely as possible. For literally 250 bucks a month, you get access to all of this data nationwide that can help you make a very, 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 very smart investment decision. Okay. Now, this is where I'd step it up a notch. So if you stuck in here with me long enough, I promise you I'm going to give you a nugget right here. Now, real estate investing is not just about solving problems for your sellers, it's also about solving problems for yourself and for other investors as well. Okay. You are a professional problem solver. Remember that, write that down. So let's say, for example, if you're in a community, right? Let's say the real estate corral, let's say you joined our community and you have all of these other wholesalers who are in here who haven't got onto InvestorBase yet, and you have access to it, but need help finding in buyers. This is where we do what's called joint ventures. So somebody brings the deal, you bring the in buyer, and you simply go on here and find an end buyer and you split the assignment fee 50-50. Y'all, I do several of these joint ventures a month, just like this, helping other investors that are not made aware of InvestorBase or who simply aren't on it, who can't find end buyers. I raise my hand and I say, hey, Mr. You know, Smith or John or whatever, right? I actually think I can help you find an end buyer for that. So if you're open to doing a joint venture, I can bring you an end buyer. Isn't that amazing? So literally, you didn't have to do cold calling, you didn't have to do text messaging, you didn't have to do paper leads, Google ads, you didn't have to go back and forth with sellers. All you have to do is take the properties that other people already have and go put them in InvestorBase and find premium end buyers, and then you split the assignment fee 50-50. It is an incredible strategy. I want you to know this, and I want to leave you with this. This can be its own business model in itself. If you focus in on this, you can close probably 3 to 5 deals a month just from joint ventures. Okay. There's so many investors who just do not know how to find end buyers, and you can solve their problems. Okay. So, anywho, I digress. I wanted to share this with you because I'm seeing so many people struggle getting their deals across to the finish line by not having end buyers or even buying bad deals because they think they're getting a good deal. Y'all leverage platforms like this, InvestorBase. There'll be an affiliate link below with $100 off your first month. Check them out. I promise you, this is a platform that you will not regret using. And then also any links to upcoming events that I have, whether it's virtual masterclasses, in-person deep dive and training events, all of that stuff will be in the links below. But y'all have a beautifully blessed one. And